My name in the show, I will present a painted cube you see behind me. And you can also walk inside the cube. You go around, there's a mirror in the cube. Around the cube there are some parts which are inside, also around, like a planetary system. And the idea of this painting is the question of existence, of beings or human beings. Well, everybody has the idea sometime, someday in his life that he thinks about what's it all about, why am I here, who am I? The basic idea of it, but really to describe the artwork, this must be a thing to the viewer, because each viewer has a different thing he will see or figure out. The basic intention is about to think about the idea of existence in this universe. Why am I here on this planet together with other beings? That's the main thing. And what is really funny about this is that you can walk inside the art. When I first fixed it out, people who came said, "Oh, you can't enter," but you can enter, but no high heels. And you find in the mirror even different perspectives, so it's like an adventure for your eyes. And also for these cubes, which are the two main characters, this is the birth, or the coming to life as a human, and the other is the holy eye, or the sky, or the universe. And around the cube there's also a wallpaper which I designed by myself, and it looks really like a squared universe. So the base is on wood and the rest is on canvas, and around this construction is another cube, but I think we must put a sign to the ground that people should go in, because this is the thing most people have feared, just to step on art. But well, in some days everything is gone. Even the Mona Lisa in 1 million years disappears. So that's all basically a bit the idea of, I come from the graffiti background in Germany. I started in 1984 bombing trains, like most of the European guys started in this time. The idea is also that graffiti also shows that nothing lasts forever. Mostly trains go for 1 week, 1 day, and it's also a celebration of the moment. Yeah, you don't need to get something like museums are cool, but we changed the idea of museums. The audience have to come to this room and what? And the idea of illegal painting is the museum comes to you on a train or on a wall, and you have to look at turning the basic idea around. If an art like this goes to a gallery or to show like this, you have totally different, more options to express yourself, because on a train, on an illegal action, you have closed time. The conception for this was 2 months, checking this and fixing this. Today's the 5th, it's now the 5th day of work of 10 days with 2 assistants. So when it's totally finished, there's also a sound box, and I downloaded a file of 10 hours of lava flow of a Maui volcano, which is really funny. It's a mixture of something really hard and flowing, and I found this is this fits to this concept of the idea of this cubus. So it's 3D, it's sound. Also for Monopoly, I planned a door which you can also close. You can close the door, and it's a funny idea to just to be inside an artwork, not outside. Look at it from inside. Yeah. That's one thing I like, this idea. You know, the idea that a small butterfly somewhere or in Indonesia, when he's flying, can cause by this action a hurricane in North America. And this is quite the same. It's just only a little step which makes it grow more to a positive thing, also the illegal thing, because when we started graffiti in Germany in the 80s, in each newspaper, fucking vandalism, drugs, money, so that these people who made this illegal art, everybody who doesn't know these guys thinks these are really bad guys. It becomes a bit better point of view right now, but it's only some steps. But I hope in maybe 20 years nobody cares about this and has any problem with vandalo. When I started illegal painting, I first painted 2 years, half letters and half characters. And after 1.5 years, I found out that for me, it must not be letters. Yeah? It even must not be the spray can. It also could be a I don't know, any material. This breaking is only the perfect and fastest way to get a lot of color in a short time to an artwork. But well, there are no boundaries, because if you say graffiti urban art should be like this and that, it's always changing. Otherwise it's a cultural dictatorship, so nobody has the right to tell anyone what is right or not. I think the problem here in the Western countries is mostly that you need a box or just a word for something, like say art. For example, a lot of African cultures, there is not the word art, because you don't need a word to express what is there. It's just there, and it needs no label and no, because with label everything is also changeable. Yeah. Very graceful, I think, that I could grow up in an atmosphere where there was no war. I had enough food. I don't need to care about this and that. That I could express myself just like from child on till where I'm now. I'm now 57 years old. When I just think about if I grew up in Iraq, in Palestine or somewhere, I would not stand here on this art show, because I will be limited in what I could do. So I'm really grateful for all the time I had before to the steps I'm right now here. Every time there's a new generation, it's so great to see when the guys in New York started the thing in 1978. Now it came to Europe, and Europe 80s, 90s, and it captured the whole planet. If you see it on a historical point of view, it's the biggest global art movement in history of mankind, because when we in the 80s, 90s, we can go to, for example, Italy, France, because we had something similar. We are graffiti guys, so we can sleep exchange before the times of internet, and really brings people together, because art is something which gives something positive. Also, what it's all about, especially for illegal work, most people don't even think about that this is a present for society. People who do this, they have lots of problems. They pay or get like this, but most people even don't think about that they get present for free. What was really strange, for example, a time ago in Sri Lanka, even I go to each country where I go, I do some illegal stuff and some legal stuff, which means I ask people, nice wall, I pay for the cans or the color or the brushes and get the wall. And in Sri Lanka, I met a guy who was a kind of doctor in Kandy, it's the second biggest city, in the prison. You could paint the prison wall. I painted a nice symbol for freedom. It was some kind of waves and flowers and lotus plants. An object which is necessary for my artwork, I think the main thing is to be open-minded. A lot of people have some limited borders, sometimes morally or aesthetically, but if you leave free open, I think that's the best thing to consume art or life, because I think there's no difference between art and life. Life is art and art is life. If you go outside on a train and make just one, it's a political statement. There's no difference between life, art, and at the same time.